right, let's do this.
All right, let's go.
Hey, man.
Hey, bro.
What's going on?
Just living the dream.
Oh, beautiful. I've been doing some work with a brickie.
Bricky? Oh,
Yeah.
you've been labouring?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh, mate.
Hardest work you've done in your life?
My hands. I got bumps and bruises everywhere. My little delicate fingers are not made for big manly
100%.
work, you know.
I used to do waterproofing,
Yep.
and that was like a trade. And then literally, as soon as I made the jump to coaching, within like 3 months, I had all these calluses on my hands and stuff. Within 3 months, all gone. I had these like soft little buttery hands.
We were doing. I needed to cut this steel. This steel is like thick. It's like proper steel.
Well, you're cutting it with your hand.
No, with this
your
big,
elbow.
this big fucking demo saw.
Yeah.
And he goes, have you used a saw before? You've used one of these before? I'm like, yeah, no. I look at it and I think, shit, this is some heavy duty shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, I can't even start the thing. Anyway, we get it going. And I needed to cut down this. It was something like 3 meters long. 3 meter length. And I just needed to cut down it. He left me for about, I reckon, 45 minutes or something.
You're like YouTubing how to do it.
I'm going and I'm like, going crazy.
Yeah.
And then I've only got, by the time he comes back after about an hour or so, I'm about 30 centimetres in, and I need to cut 3 metres.
Fuck.
And he goes, what's going on? And I think I have no idea. It's so hard to cut. And he goes, no, it is hard. He could just do it heaps easier. Yeah. But fucking hell, brickies, Jesus Christ,
hard work.
That is some serious hard work.
I remember is that one of those big saws with the water as well?
No.
Man,
that's for the bricks and stuff.
Yeah, I did I was doing labouring just for some extra work with this builder, and I was like, I don't know, maybe 18, 19, so I was young, and he had me and my brother doing labouring for him, but he sent me, I'm the smallest one out of the two, my brother's bigger than me. Anyway, he sends me up onto this freaking scaffolding to cut these bricks up, and I had to like cut these channels for the steel work. I'm there up there. I've never used one of these saws in my life. It's like I'm covered in water and cement. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Anyway, and I just kept like, I was freaking out. I was on like this scaffold, so it was like a big drop as well. Anyway, I didn't want to drop this saw on anyone, and I kept like looking over, and the site foreman was just watching me.
Yeah, fucking.
But he was just standing there like, he didn't come and like offer me any help. He was just sort of like looking. He's just like big smile, and I'm looking. I'm like, fuck.
I was walking around. It's the biggest site I've ever worked on, and it's got like, you get there straight away. You got to wash your hands now. They've got washing stations. It's a hard hat only. You got to wear a hard hat. Sorry. You got to get permits to use the big machinery and shit. Like, it's insane. It's absolutely nuts. And there's the health and safety.
Is that a union site? Is it?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. It's massive.
Yeah.
It's a company that they do the construction of nursing homes. Yeah. And they do the nursing home bit after it.
Yeah. So it'd be union. 100%,
yeah. It's insane. And then the what they work safety people.
OHS.
Yeah, those dudes. He came around, and I was just swapping over with the boss because he was going to cut, and I had my hard hat. I had the visor on, and I took it off to give to him, and I stood there and I didn't put my hard hat back on, and I'm standing there literally probably, I reckon, 10-15 seconds, and then I've gone, my hat, and I bent down, picked it up, and I hear a whistle in the background, and he was watching me, and he called me over and said, how come you haven't got a hard hat on? And I said, I just picked it up. You were watching me. I just picked it up. I put it back on. And he goes, well, how long does it take for something to smash your head in? I'm like, oh, come on, man.
I'll smash your head in.
Like, if you want to kick me off this site, let's go for it. I will gladly walk off this site, not a problem. Just a bit of a douchebag. But
they all are those.
I think moral of the story is, fuck that. Don't do labouring.
Union sites were the worst though. We used to work on the roof, right? Middle of summer, and hard hat and all that. Yeah. Long sleeves, long pants. Yeah. So it's hot as like fuck,
balls.
right? But it got so hot, we were just like, right, we're gonna take, we took our tops off and stuff. We're just up there getting a tan, it was all good.
Yeah.
And then, because they couldn't see us because we were on the roof.
Yeah.
And then this bloke's popped up on one of those freaking cherry pickers or whatever to see what we're doing. And then he's like, right. And then, we all got freaking done. Like, we didn't like cop any fines, but he took us into the smoko shed and just grilled us all for ages because we'd had our shirts off. Oh, it's crazy.
I think that's why I don't like construction. I think a lot of construction foremen and stuff are on power trips.
Yeah. Well, if they get
crazy,
if something happens, it's on them. Yeah. Like a lot of the time. So it's
I think they take that opportunity to fucking flex their muscles and walk around. Like you can never talk to me and tell me off like a normal person, like an adult. You know what I mean? If you, they're just
that same site. So we were up on up on the roof, right? And then underneath us where we're working was this big hole. It's like this mining hole right there. So there's people down at the bottom. They're building this tunnel or whatever, right? And digging it. They put all the dirt and whatever, the rocks and shit in this big skip, and then the crane brings it back up. Yeah. Same site. This crane's picked it up full of dirt. Yeah. Thing snaps. Fucking the skip drops. Fuck. Right? This guy reckons, there was this guy standing underneath, he reckons he's yelled out to his mate, and his mate's literally just like a movie, like run just like out of the way or whatever, and they didn't shut the site down or nothing. It was just like boom, we're all good.
That's insane.
Yeah, but then we get grilled for taking our tops off on the roof.
I had the funniest thing happened. I was at an old job site and they were cutting all the steel down of this factory. Yeah. There were these two Chinese blokes. One was a skinny little younger fella and one was the older steel guy. Yeah. And they're cutting everything down and he's got the crane and it's hanging like that. And this massive steel beam, like we're talking 20 ton, right? It started to slide out of the thing. And they're up on the thing. They're up on the scaffold. Yeah. And the little Asian dude, as it started to slide, he's gone, to try and hold it and grab it. Like, my fucking God.
Run away.
You nearly got squished.
You see some funny shit.
That was funny.
We rocked up to this site.
Retards.
We rocked up to this site and this scaffolder, like literally, we got all our shit. It's the first time we've rocked up to the site. We walked through the site like gate or whatever, and we look up and then this old scaffolding bloke just dropped down one of the things onto the next level of scaffolding. But what he was doing, and he almost rolled off onto this freaking set of stairs. It was like, I thought he was gonna die. I was like, oh my God, I'm about to see someone die.
Jesus.
And then
You've not worked on safe sites.
And what he was doing though to fall, he was on the top level and he was pulling apart the scaffolding that he was like standing on. So he's pulled this bit off. So there's like these planks. Yeah. Right. So you got your planks in a row and you stand on, that's the platform. Yeah. And he's pulling the planks and then passing them down and he's standing on this. So as he's pulling it away, the other one's like slipped out. So that's why he's dropped.
And he fell forward. Yeah, oh my fucking God.
And he hit the deck and he was like this old bloke and he's like, oh, I could hear him. And then he was like hit the deck and was like rolling. Yeah. And he was like literally rolled right to the edge.
Shit.
And so he almost died.
That's insane.
That was scary, man.
How scary is dying.
Some fucked up shit.
Fucking hell. Anyway, back onto other stuff.
Not tradie shit. We're not tradies. We can't pretend.
I am not a tradies arsehole. I really am not. Like I quite enjoy it. Like I think if I was smart, which I'm not, I would have liked to have been an engineer or something like that. Like I like looking at buildings, but I fucking hate digging holes and stuff. I just hate it. Like I can work hard doing anything else. And I've done heaps of digging holes and just been on site all day with arsehole bosses. Yeah. And one of my old bosses made me walk around all day picking up rubble and chucking it in a little thing.
Apprentice, mate? Or
mate, I wasn't an apprentice. I was lower than an apprentice. I don't even know what it was. But fuck that.
My first day ever working for a plumber, he had me under. So normally to lay pipes and shit through underneath the house, like new pipes or whatever. they hire someone, they're called like moles or whatever, and they get under and they smash through all the brick to make a big enough hole for the plumber to get in and do their job.
Yeah, do it by hand.
So this guy's this guy's just trying to save some money, right? So he gets the apprentice down there. First day on the job, I think I was like 17 or something, right? And he's got me in there with this jackhammer about like this big. The cavity was about
like underneath
this big. I'm like hunched down like this. I've got the jackhammer against my chest, and the wall's like that far behind my back, so I couldn't like get around it to like do it normally. Anyway, I get all the way through the brick, and then it's all like double like the thickness. There's 2 bricks or whatever. So I'm like, fuck. Anyway, I'm down there. I was in there for 4 hours straight. Just trying to hammer through one wall because I was like useless as well. It was funny as. And I was working for the same guy, right? And I'm on this site for it was like a big like shopping complex like Southland or whatever, and he's got me. He's like, all right, I need you to dig a hole. We got to find this water main or whatever. He's like, it's somewhere around like here, like, and he's just like mapped out this like basically as big as like this, as long as wide as this table, and just whatever. Had to dig, right? Anyway, I'm there. I got the crowbar-y sort of thing, and I like got to this point where I got about that deep, and it was all like rock and whatever. Anyway,
you broke it, didn't you?
What's that?
The water main.
No. I didn't even get anywhere near it. So I'm digging away, and then I'm looking over, and the guy that I'm working with, who's told me to do this, is just on one of those like machines where it's like digging. I can't remember what they call them, foxes or whatever, and they basically just dig your straight line for you. So he's just got this big tool to just he's just cruising around. Comes over, he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" Like, I'm like, "Man, I'm trying." So I try harder. Like, anyway, goes back, and anyway. And I was trying to say to him, like, it's hard, man. Like, this is freaking hard. I'm getting nowhere. Anyway, and I'm digging away, and he comes over. So I spent about, 2 hours. I got about maybe like that deep, but in the width that he was talking about, sort of thing. But I just couldn't get past, like, through this shit. And then he finally gets in there. He's like, give me a shot. Like, this is how you do it. And he's like, boom, boom. And he's like, and then moves on. And then he's like, oh shit. He's like, oh, well, you should have said something. And I'm like, I've been trying to tell you, mate. I think there was a stage where I went and walked up to him while he was on that machine and was like, hey mate, I can't do it. But yeah.
I like how they come over and do it hard as fuck for like 30 seconds. Yeah. Like, that's how you got to do it. So I'll just do that for 8 hours a day. Will I? Fucking arsehole. Hey, got some big news coming up with one championship.
Some exciting stuff.
Big news.
That's cool.
One championship.
So what are we allowed to?
I don't know. It's involving the apprentice series coming up.
Ooh.
He's Chartry is doing a apprentice TV series. And the winner gets a job offer to be his protege, I guess. And the pay's $250 US a year.
Shit.
In saying that, I think you'd get taxed quite a bit on that, wouldn't you? You're in the highest tax bracket.
You get, but I mean, if you're not paying tax, you're not making money.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Or you're breaking the law.
One of the two.
One of them. Yeah.
Hey, you might pay me in cash. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's I'll definitely keep everyone posted. But
just look at it like you're doing the best thing for the economy. Yeah,
absolutely.
The economy's in strife.
Absolutely.
So you're doing it for everyone. He's doing it for you guys.
Do you watch much of one at all?
No, just like some fights and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know like a lot
it's
about.
It's hard because they're not. Like we were saying before, they're not on the main TV channels. But I think they have phenomenal athletes. Like I think that's what the UFC I think tends to go for the marketable characters.
Yeah.
But they get for all I've seen is like the fights. You see little bits of personal stuff here and there.
Yeah.
But it's mainly just the fights, and they're crazy. Like they are. Some of the fighters are just nuts.
Now, one have now got Demetrius Johnson.
Yep.
Yeah, and Eddie Alvarez.
Eddie Alvarez. Yep. They've got the biggest. I think it's middleweight kickboxing thing in the world. Like they've got the best fighters. They've got Nicky Holtzkin, Andy Sawyer, two massive names. Yodson Clay. You'd know Yodson Clay if you saw him. He fought John Wayne Parr a couple of times. Okay. John Wayne Parr is signed.
Oh,
He's back
that's
on.
right. Yeah.
That man is just insane. Giorgio Petrosian, he's a phenomenal athlete. He just won an 8-man tournament with all of these fighters. So the pedigree is insane.
Is one where like Tyrone Sprong and all that?
I don't think so. I haven't seen him fighting it yet. I personally think they're taking over Glory. Yeah. Glory used to, I believe, was the pinnacle of kickboxing. And then K1 in Japan. Does
Glory do MMA? Or
no, Glory's just kickboxing.
Just straight, yeah. So now one's sort of starting to take over that.
I truly think so.
MMA and,
They do MMA, Muay Thai with fingerless gloves.
Yeah. That's where I've seen
the Muay Thai rules there are a bit different. It's like a limited clinch. They just want striking. Yeah. They just want, you know what I mean? They just want
blood.
And I think it's like a 3-second clinch, and that's it.
So is that done in a cage?
Yeah, they
all
have
of it. Even the kickboxing. Okay.
There was a ring. They were doing it in a ring.
Yep. I've seen lots in a ring. Yeah, so I might not be up to date with
they've just started a ranking system with all their things, which I think that is what makes an organisation is rankings. Like if we had, like, you know how the Aussie boxing scene has an Australian champ. Yeah, you know, it's just the Australian champ. Yeah, that I think if Muay Thai had that, like an Australian champ that's endorsed by the sports board or whatever. Yeah, I think that would grow the sport so much.
You mean like so have?
It's like Tim Zoo's got the Australian champ. Yep. Australian title now. Yep. But it's just the Australian title. And there's no like this is the ISCA Australian title. There's a WKBF Australian title. Yep. There's fucking all these different organisations. Yep. In boxing, there's just that one. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
I think it gives us so much more substance.
System behind that belt.
Yeah, with BoxRec and stuff like that. Yeah. I think that's what done it. There's a Muay Thai fighter, Josh Tonner, who is ranked number 1 now in the what's below bantamweight, featherweight.
Nah, featherweight's below. Bantamweight's below. Yeah, so flyweight.
Yeah, flyweight. I think, he's ranked number 1. So hopefully, I think they've signed the deal. Actually, he gets a title shot against the champ, who's called Sam A, who's a phenomenal Thai fighter.
Yeah, so I guess
it'd be awesome to see.
Yeah, shit, yeah. Like if you did have that mandatory fight against, you know, you're sort of forced to fight. Yeah,
well, that's what
people. You're forced to fight some fights that people want to see.
Yeah, exactly. So and there's a line. You know what I mean? And you can't skip the line, or you can't skip the queue. You've got to work your way up. I think that's what is a good thing about the UFC. There's, you know what I mean? They're ranked, and it's you are ranked. That's it.
Sort of playing around with, like, you know, super fights and all that sort of stuff. But then there's still, like, if you look at like John Jones, he's not going anywhere. Like he's been talking about going to heavyweight.
That's not going to happen.
But he's
they're not going to pay him, and I agree. They're not going to pay him the money he deserves to fight Francis Ngannou. The man is a mountain. Yeah, you need to pay him a lot of money to do that.
To
fight,
go up in weight
to your normal weight.
Lights, mate. But yeah, so he fights people. You see him fight people like Dominic Reyes. Yep. You see him fight people like that. Tiago
Elves. No, Santos.
Yes. Yeah. So like fights like that, they were awesome fights. Yep. But they happened because he was they were like his mandatories.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
So, whereas
next in line.
Yeah, whereas like a lot of...
I think that was what was killing it with one, is they would just get challenges from, you know what I mean?
Anywhere.
And you fight for the title, you fight for the title.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that it's just one belt.
Yeah.
It's just one belt, you're the champ, that's it. There's no South Pacific, Continental, East, round the corner, Lilydale titles.
That's what UFC are doing heaps better. Yep. It's not confusing. Yep. Like, yes, it's confusing with the interim titles.
I like the BMF belt. Motherfucker belt. That's sick.
Yeah, well, that's like a novelty. Like, it's not going to be done again, sort of thing.
Yeah,
and
it's sick.
It's
I like it.
It's not actually like a legit belt.
Yeah.
Like, there's, you know,
it's
but it's just for fun. Yeah,
fucking hell, it's like getting a trophy.
The interims, it's like they're throwing interim belts around like crazy.
I think you kind of have to do that though.
Yeah.
To keep it alive. You know what I mean? You do, because it's like, you're going to get the championship fight anyway. Yeah. So we need that build-up. I think it's a marketing thing as well. Yeah. You know what I mean? To unify the title.
Yeah, like the champ's been gone, so he's the
new champ in the meantime. So really, if you're the interim champ, you technically you're ranked number one.
Number one. Yeah.
You're not. Yeah. And it's unfortunate.
You become the mandatory, but you get a belt for being mandatory because the champ's freaking buggerizing around.
Yeah. With injuries and shit.
Yeah, getting there.
Absolutely.
It's so funny how you see like champs, like they you know, I get it, they work hard to get there, and then they, as soon as they get the belt, all right, now I'm gonna go and get my shoulder surgery.
Yeah, fucking no. Now I'm gonna take 6 months off.
It's like, mate,
go
just
buy myself a Ferrari.
Defend your belt once and then go and take some time off. Who
fucking
did that? Was it Tyrone Woodley? No.
Oh, there's been a few that have done it.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
I like the middle, how much. It was a light heavyweight. You know how the UFC do life of the belts.
Yeah.
And the light heavyweight belt
it's been cool.
That just bounced back and forward so
100%.
much until
I guess
John Jones come along.
Yeah, it's a weight category where one. Yeah, well, I mean, with those little gloves, all the weights. It's
back
like one
in the days
punch.
of like Rich Franklin and Chuck Liddell and Rashad Evans and all that stuff.
That was cool.
Man, I think they all got it at some stage. I love
Chuck
that
held
shit.
it for a little bit.
Yeah,
he beat a few guys, but then just got.
He's cool. I did a seminar with him in Melbourne at MSAC. Yeah, he's cool dude.
Yeah,
cool dude.
I could picture him being a bit of a legend.
Yeah, fucking nice.
He'd get on the beers.
Oh, without a doubt.
He's always had that gut. Do you reckon that was like, I don't know? No one's ever like questioned Chuck Liddell's like you know, like whether or not he's taken performance enhancers. I reckon.
Yeah.
You look at his belly, right?
It looks like, I think
it's either he drinks a shitload of beer,
or it's like growth hormones or something.
He was taking something.
I was speaking to a long time ago. I got to chat with he was a Mr. Australia or something for Australia, and he was saying that taking growth hormones makes your belly sort of turtle shell. Yeah,
because all your organs grow as well.
Yeah, right. So I wouldn't say 100%, but I wouldn't say 100% not.
There's a little bit of, you know, some shit that makes you think that maybe.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Like, you look at Brock Lesnar, mate. Oh, fucking hell. His belly is he's a huge unit.
Yeah, absolutely.
But his organs are fucking massive.
Yep.
And he doesn't deny it either.
Yeah.
Remember, like, he fought, who was it? I think it was Mark Hunt.
Yep.
And then he was like, I'm fucking jacked.
Do you reckon he looked a bit intimidated by Mark Hunt in that fight? Mate, I thought he looked a bit hesitant.
100%.
Yeah, he was. 100%. He didn't want to get too close.
I've always thought, like, from day one, like, even when he beats people, like, he wins the fight, but you're watching him shit himself, like, the entire time. Like, who did he fight where he like ran? He did a little run around the outside because he didn't want to engage with him at all. Did a run around the outside. Yeah. As soon as bell one, round one, all right, let's go fight. And he's like circled around the outside, and then he's just gone
run straight in.
Tried to like take him down. I think he got him down, But and then finally he got in there with someone that like landed a couple of shots. Was it Overeem? Did he was he the first to beat him, or was it Kane?
Oh, I'm not sure. Can't
no,
remember.
Kane Velasquez hit him.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like the biggest shot in the world, but it was, you don't want to eat that shot. But you just saw
Kane
his
Velasquez.
eyes light up. He was like, he got hit, and he was just
Jesus
like,
God.
and he like lost his balance a bit. And then he ended up doing these like circles. I don't get it, he's a big boy, but he was doing circles and like trying to gain balance while trying to run away from Kane Velasquez all the way into the cage. Like hits the freaking cage. He's like, oh shit. Yeah, but no, I think like in all like just about all his fights, he was a bit worried, except for. It was once he started getting hit. Once he, when he first sort
good
of
on
got
him
in there,
though, coming from wrestling to
100%.
That's
At that
huge.
level, crazy.
I don't like how some people compare WWE to UFC. There is no comparison.
Ronda Rousey's been ripping into people online about it because she's done both. Yeah, and she's like. She's ripping it. Yeah, it's not a fight.
Yeah,
like
it's choreographed.
It's like here, you do this and I'll do this. Yeah, here's my moves that I'm going to pull off.
I'm sure they would like start something and then that's the key to say I'm doing this. You know what I mean? And then they do their fucking little trick and then they do something else.
They all work together.
Yeah.
Oh,
fucking shit house.
Shit house, mate. Bloody shit house. I saw who was it? I rustled some feathers. I've been taking a little
rustled some feathers. That's not like you, Jack.
You've inspired me.
Fucking oath. I love rustling a few feathers.
Online, it was
online too.
Online, mate. All I did was
flexing your keyboard muscles.
No, all I did was post a link, right? Oh, yeah. So we had you got all these guys saying they want to fight, calling each other out and stuff in Australia and all that, and then you've got like look backs at people's all their shit, and I like Tim Tszyu. I do. I love him. Don't love him, but he's I like his boxing.
I like his demeanour. I think he carries himself quite well.
Yeah, definitely.
When he's got little cocky blokes like me calling him out.
I just like to video. But I'll just like to point things out for what they are. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So, same as like Ryan Garcia and stuff like that as well. I like watching him and all that. Anyway, long story short, they've posted this video, and his name was Denton Russell. So this is before he fought anyone really significant in Australia. So this is before Dwight Ritchie, before Joel Camilleri. He fought.
Did he fight Dwight Ritchie?
Yeah.
Tim Tszyu?
Main event. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Cut. I think he ended up. I don't know. The way it went, it was like kind of close with him and Dwight, and then Dwight got a big cut, and then from there, I think Dwight's performance sort of.
Yeah, right. I didn't know that.
So he fought this Denton guy, and I was watching it. And I'm like, this guy comes out. The guy's got 30 fights. Yep. 5 losses. Yep. 25 wins. X amount of KOs,
decent,
check this motherfucker out.
Record, yeah.
So I've seen that. I watched the fight, and Tim Tszyu could do whatever he wanted. All this Denton Russell dude did was find a jab to the body, and then just basically look out. Oh shit! Yeah. And you could see as soon as they went in the middle to touch gloves, he was nervous as. Yeah. Against an opponent was 11-0 at the time or some shit like that. Yeah. And anyway, I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? Yeah. So I looked up on BoxRec, looked up this Denton Russell guy's record, mate. It was all those 5 losses were against blokes that had maybe 10 wins, 5 losses and shit like that. So the people he's lost to were average. Yeah. The people that he was beating were all 10 losses, 1 win. 0 losses, 1 win, or they've built a record of 30 fights and
fighting pumpkins. Yeah, right.
Fighting absolute bums, right? So I'm like, but then all the people in the comments are all like, "Oh, what a magnificent performance!" I'm like, I don't want to take away from his performance. He was good. Just all I'm taking away from is who the fuck that opponent was. Yeah. Like it was bad. And then the commentators were even saying, because he was doing this Mike Tyson head movement. Yeah. And he's like, oh, he's got the Mike Tyson head movement. And then the commentator's like, the only thing is when Mike Tyson does it, he's actually got something to do.
Yeah. he's not actually hitting. Yeah. There's just the boxing in Australia annoys me. But
I forgot to tell you what I did. So I just posted the link to Russell Denton's boxing record on the feed because everyone was hot, like, you know,
going off.
Going off about it. So I just put it out there.
I'll just leave
That's
this
my first Russell.
I'll just leave this here. That's fantastic.
Yeah, sorry, what were you saying?
There's just so much shit going on with Aussie boxing, you know.
100%.
I think now not being able to get international opponents, all the local fighters are going to have to fight each other.
Yep.
So that's going to be interesting.
And well, first,
can't have a warm-up fight. And I've actually heard the term warm-up fight. You know what I mean?
What do you mean?
Like people saying, I'm going to have a warm-up fight and then I'm going to fight so-and-so.
Yeah.
Like, now you actually have to fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You actually have to fight someone straight away.
Shit, yeah.
So, yeah, that'll be really interesting. Hope we get some good
I just hope they open it up. Like, whether it be, like, no crowd or whatever, just, like, get Aussie boxing on the scene.
That'd be shit, I reckon. A fight in front of no crowd. I'd hate that.
But still, like, so all that they're doing at the moment is posting, like, about potential matchups.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's almost like, I'm like, oh yeah, cool, that'd be cool. And then I'm like, yeah, get at each other, guys, and start setting this shit up for later.
Yeah.
But none of it's really happening. But it's like it's almost like not doing anything about any kind of event.
Yeah.
Like, or not trying to work out how you can do it. Like Dana White, you know, doing his no crowds and all that. Like, there's a way to do it. Where you know, whether it be an outdoor event or something like that, but it's, you know, I think there'd be a way to do it, or at least a way to plan for one in the future. You know what I mean? Speak to the powers that be.
Try to lock them in.
Yeah, try and lock something in. Give the Australian public something to look forward to.
Yeah.
But yeah, so for me, I see it as, it's like if we were just to twiddle our thumbs and not do anything online. It's like, okay, shut down, cool. So it's like if I was to go, right, I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to keep my guys fit and engaged and, you know, caring about their boxing.
Yeah.
Instead, I'm going to just let them do whatever, and then, like, you know, chances are they'll forget about the Australian boxing scene and set their focuses on American fights and all that sort of stuff. Like, there's no good in stopping. Like, I think that, you know, if you can make a little bit of money doing it, then make a little bit of money. Do you know what I mean? I think it's not good for the sport waiting and doing nothing, waiting for the massive paycheck, and saying no to a smaller paycheck.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But what is it? Pro boxers can train. Yeah. You can train. Are you registered?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can...
professional athlete.
Mate, I'm shit at holding Muay Thai pads. But I can hold pads for you.
Yeah, fucking
But I can't hold pads for...
it'd be good just for some mental health.
100%.
To hit some bloody pads.
100%.
Sounds like an absolute go to me.
I was going to say, so we can't hold pads for our amateurs because it's not professional. But they're talking about... for AFL, so pro AFL, they're training. I think, Jackie boy, did you say
hey, pipe daddy? Sorry, go. I just wanted to say pipe daddy.
I think the local footy teams are starting to train, and then they will be playing like an 8-game season or something that, where they'll be tackling and all that sort of thing. So if, like, basically, I'm going to be speaking to our local leader, or my local leader in Chelsea, bringing it up with him. So if there are any other gyms that want to have a say, shoot me a message, because I'm speaking to the big dogs and going to see if we can make some exceptions for martial art gyms and stuff like that to start training, or, you know, to be able to do some sparring or whatever we can do, because at this stage, you know, they're looking at local sport as something that helps get us back to normal way of living. Yet local sport doesn't necessarily make a lot of money for the economy. It doesn't feed people's families and all that sort of thing. But there's a lot of gyms out there, so martial art gyms, that are looked at as like a recreational gym. But we're not like bloody recreations and your good lives and all that sort of stuff. Like, we are a boxing gym, so the product that we offer, or if it, even if you're a jiu-jitsu gym, the product that you offer doesn't allow for 1.5. You know what I mean? I can't, basically anyone can hang a bag at home and punch a bag and all that sort of stuff, but if you come here, like, you're not going to pay money to come here and punch a bag and all that sort of stuff. I can't run it doesn't make sense financially to do it. I definitely wouldn't start a business without a boxing ring or without a, hitting pads and stuff, because that's not what anyone wants. You know what I mean? So it becomes a thing that where it's like, right, well, we aren't able to run our businesses with these social distancing rules, but we're also a sport. You know what I mean? So, but we're just being pulled in with the recreational gyms. So gyms are opening, but keep 1.5. I'm sort of trying to push for, okay, well, when gyms open, we are a sport, and we are martial arts and things like that, and we for us to have any kind of success, we do require some sparring, and that's what people are paying us to do. Get good coaching, but boxing itself is punching.
Punching people in general.
Yeah, we can't do it from 1.5. So I'm not advocating for us to just go and do whatever we want. I'm just advocating that, hey, at certain times in sessions or whatever, there may be 1 round, 2 rounds of sparring, or pad rounds, and then that all of a sudden, like, we're limiting the exposure. It's because we're not just doing sparring all session. We're not just doing pads all session.
Heaps of precautions you can take before as well. Do temperature checks before. You know what I mean? I think make sure all your gear's clean before. You know what I mean? Then 100%. After, there's heaps of stuff that you can put in place for those guidelines to be watched for a certain amount of time.
100%. So even though we're sort of looking at getting like an exception for the social distancing, doesn't mean that we then go, oh, cool, we'll just do whatever the fuck we want. Like, the amount of cleaning we were doing
before,
and,
absolutely,
spraying everything as we're using it,
following people around with spray and spraying 100%. People.
Like, if I was to get everyone holding pads and then everyone's changing partners, it's like, well, that's not
a massive mix.
That's not a very effective way.
But I can very separate anyway. You know what I mean? There were stations and.
But it could be that I hold the pads. Right. So yes, instead of everyone mixing in with everybody, I hold the pads. Do you know what I mean? So I'm the only one that you get into contact with. Each person isn't getting into contact with 18 different people. It's just the one.
I think PT shouldn't be an issue. You know what I mean? Like, I think that a one-on-one, I don't see an issue with that. Maybe like no sparring or whatever, just to be to have a bit of common sense about it. But a bit of pads and stuff. No worries.
And that's the thing, like, yes, you are within 1.5, but you're
it's
back here. It's a
split hairs.
Foot and maybe a foot and a half closer than 1.5. And it's okay for us to do it in other instances. And I think that, like,
and mix it up a bit. Like, I think everything's limited to 15 minutes, so don't hold pads for 15 minutes straight. I don't think anyone usually does that anyway.
No, hell no.
You change it up anyway. So I think it's.
But I just think it's important, like the position that we're put in. You've got the government saying you can't be evicted and all this sort of thing, which is great. But then there's also the fact that, like, we're not necessarily getting rent waived, but we are getting rent deferred. So we're going to have to pay all this money back. However, our landlord basically chooses.
Why can't you? I don't understand why you can't freeze everything
and then
dead.
Just do it.
You know what I mean? And then just start it up again. When everything gets back.
It's a bit sketchy, like.
Like, I'm sure
everyone's in different positions. That's the thing. So they can't just make a clean-cut rule to say, right,
Everything's
everyone
frozen.
has to do that.
Yep.
Because that doesn't work for some people.
Yep.
Same as me. It doesn't work for me, the social distancing rules. Like, so basically the position we're going to be put in, and so are a lot of businesses, is that now when we do reopen, we've got to keep to those rules, right? And we've then got to pay back all that money that we owe. So we've got to pay rent or same overheads as before, plus pay for the overheads that we didn't pay for, in an environment where we can't run our businesses to full capacity, like to try and achieve it. So
how much money have you spent on Uber Eats?
Uber Eats, like fucking none.
Oh, mate, I think I've spent every cent I've got on Uber Eats.
Bro, you got to support the local business, man. They take
that's what I'm doing. Yeah. I said,
no.
I think we need ice cream. You know what I mean? Straight after lunch. I think we need it. We need to have dessert. It's you need to support. I like supporting.
I was gonna say,
bought me dog a $200. It was a $160 bed. Yeah. Just because of this little pet shop that had weird things. I thought no one's going to buy anything from there.
Bro, you got to hit up my boy, Barking Mad. If your pets need stuff, Barking Mad is Simon, one of the boys at the gym.
Is it?
Yeah, he's got a little shop in Seaford.
You're kidding.
And they deliver too. So, next time you want food, I'll give you a sponsor
or something on here.
True.
Absolutely.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
give us a sign or something, mate.
There's heaps of heaps and heaps of little guys that are just going to end up in really up shit creek. Absolutely. Or just completely done. And we just got to do what we can to support them. I saw a good little thing. It was a meme thing saying, hey, when cafes do open, don't sit down for 20 minutes just to drink a coffee. Yeah. Because they've got to have limited numbers. Yeah. And they could have, someone could have had a meal.
Absolutely.
To support the business.
Fucking right.
You might be going to support them, but don't forget that support them the best possible way you can. Yeah.
Don't just buy a coffee. Yeah. Let the family come in or something.
Yeah, 100%.
Should we do some recent events? Pod Daddy?
Let's do it. I've got a little recent thing that happened.
Oh, yeah? There you go.
So this bloke, I don't know. Hey, Jackie boy, if I show this to the camera, will they be able to see it?
No, probably.
It's just a photo on my phone. So, all right. A young 18-year-old American has run a half marathon wearing Crocs. Check this out. This bloke. You see that? Yep. So he's wearing Crocs. What the fuck?
That's fucking insane.
His feet, I don't know. I've never really worn Crocs, so I don't know if they're...
I haven't either, but they don't look comfy, that's for damn sure. And you look like a douchebag in them. They look shocking.
But everyone says they're super comfy.
Are they?
But I can't imagine they'd be comfy to run in.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
No.
I don't foresee that at all.
All right, Jackie boy, what do you got for us?
Fucking nothing.
I want recent as AF.
Fucking, there's not much.
There's a new virus.
There's COVID-20. Alright, here we go.
Pressure's on.
The pressure is on. We're going with, okay, did you know?
No.
The hashtag symbol is technically called an octothorpe.
What?
Why? What's an octothorpe?
And okay, here we go. So, the octo prefix refers to the 8 points on the popular symbol, but the thorpe remains a mystery. One theory claims it comes from Old English word for village. So, a village of 8 points.
That's sick.
I was going to say
that's so awesome.
Wow.
That's cool. I like that. It's not a recent event, but it's cool.
Would you like me to go on to SBS for you?
Absolutely. CNN. Go on the fake news channel.
Let's go.
Recent news.
Recent fake news.
CNN is the shit.
CNN, here we go.
Is the shit.
Baseball league. Oh, it's all boring stuff. Coronavirus pandemic. Whoa.
What's that?
What's going on there?
Let's go some US. All right, here we go. All 50 states are at least partially reopened as the country heads into Memorial Day weekend.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Some states have recorded a clear upward trend.
And then there's other states that are like
Here's a
fully
good one.
locking down until there's a vaccine.
There's another
They're
probe
all
preparing
freaking
to
out.
launch to Mars.
Of what?
A probe preparing to launch to Mars. Right, hang on. Look at this for a second.
Yeah.
Right. Are you listening?
Oh.
Right. So right now, if there was an opportunity to go to Mars to start a new,
Would I do it?
would you do it?
Would I do it?
Would
Nah,
you-
fuck
You
that.
wouldn't do it.
Nah, I'd let other people do it.
I agree. Fuck that. I would not
If
live
this
on
planet
Mars.
was going down, yeah. But yeah,
Yeah,
have you
if
watched
I-
that new series?
If I had to, no.
It's actually
That new series on
yeah.
TV.
it's,
that new one?
That
What's it called,
with
mate?
all the people. And
Oh yeah.
no, it's called Mars. It's on Netflix.
Is it?
And yeah, so pretty much it's got like footage from like Elon Musk talks on it and all that sort of stuff. And they
How's what he called his kid, or wanted to call his kid?
what was it?
It's XAE 12
Yeah,
or
it's
something.
some weird
He was
thing.
on Joe Rogan's podcast. He was saying it's like Archangel or something,
Yeah.
something like that. It was,
Oh my god! Did you listen to that new one with Joe Rogan?
yeah, and Elon Musk.
Oh
I listened
my
to a lot
god,
of it. Yeah.
that was insane.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. How's how he talks about all the
AI.
AI,
Oh
yeah.
my god.
fucking
that, I
nuts.
was
And he says like
losing
shit's
it.
only like 5 years away or something.
Yeah, well, he said hopeful.
Yeah.
But he goes, but within
But
yeah,
like
10 years.
5
it'll
to
be there.
10 years is
But
close.
They've already
I'll
had.
still be alive.
Yeah, shit, yeah,
you
we'll probably see
will.
it. Too many punches in the head from Craig, just swinging for the fences. Nah, so yeah, he reckons that like they've already had good, like they've already done it. They've already
Yep.
tried it, right?
Yep.
Where they cut away a bit of your skull and they put this chip thing in there, and then it's like a like a TV. How you if it stuffs up the old
can-
tallies, they used
yeah.
to smack them,
Yeah.
give them a bit of a jolt,
Yeah.
kickstart.
Yeah.
Well, they're basically doing that with like electro signals
Jesus.
to help people that are like paraplegic, so they can't walk or nothing.
To give their senses a
Boom.
nudge. What?
They're walking.
What?
They're walking.
Are you kidding?
They're walking. Yeah.
What?
So they've had they've had that happen.
That
yeah,
is
so already.
insane.
So that's insane.
Yeah,
that's
it's
like
fucking nuts.
that's game changing shit.
Oh.
And then I watched this thing where this guy comes up to Elon Musk and then said he was like, "Oh, what do you think about Donald Trump being nominated for a what was it what's that award?" Nobel Prize. Yeah, something like that. And he's just like, hang on.
What
He's
the
like,
fuck?
come again? What's going on? Like, he's out there doing that.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
fucking insane.
But, yeah, that's crazy. And then they're talking about being able to, like, basically information. So pretty much we become like the Matrix. You know how they log into the Matrix and they're like, right, install this program. We can install shit. If we want to learn a language, install it. Learn
What?
it. Now we know it.
What?
Yeah.
That is nuts.
And then they're talking about
learn taekwondo.
yeah,
Bang.
just bang, just
Shit.
I thought the best one of the things that was pretty crazy, which was he was talking about, you can save states. So if you're happy, you can save that state. So if you like something happens, you fucking whatever, just amazing feeling.
Yeah.
You can save that,
it.
like record it, and then just play it whenever you want,
Fuck.
which is insane. That's like drugs. Don't worry about them, because you can do this now.
Shit.
Yeah? But what's that going to do
What,
to
so
you?
you can save...
An orgasm. You can just
What?
you can just have sex, save it, yeah, and then just boom, flat out. Like
That's insane.
It's insane. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
you
like
can save the feeling of Saturday night at 3 a.m.
you'd be walking through the streets and there'd just be like people just like
Oh.
on the ground, just like wigging out, like, like
shit.
all the people that like have addictive personalities
Yeah,
are gonna
absolutely.
like start doing this
Oh,
shit.
mate.
Oh,
That's insane.
good,
Anyway, this
yeah.
conversation's getting a bit
Yeah.
fucking kooky.
Let's
guess we'll leave it there.
Leave it at that. Yeah.
Fantastic. See you later,
Awesome.
champions.
He's guilt.